In betting the game, it's a toss-up. In their first meeting, the Clippers covered with the over hitting. In the second meeting, the Lakers covered and the under hit. So, with it being a toss-up in terms of where we should place our money, this is why we have guys like Larry Hartstein on the payroll for us to help us with these conundrums. Larry, the line is tight. The over-under's at 223. What are you looking at here as the best play between the Clippers and the Lakers?
I'm looking at whether the Lakers should even be favored. Anthony Davis will be out tonight. Avery Bradley is out. LeBron James is questionable with the knee. Most likely he plays, but all he's been doing is been complaining about the front office, and they didn't give him any help. And he's been praising the Cavaliers and other teams' front offices. I'm not sure that's the right mojo for a team. When you face the Clippers, they defend. They're number 7 in defensive efficiency. They came into the All-Star break covering 4 straight, including beating the Mavericks, beating the Warriors, taking the Suns right down to the wire. I think there's more cohesiveness with the Clippers, and I will bet them to sweep this series. They've already won the first 2.
Yeah, Lakers 1.5-point favorites as they go into that game tonight. All right, big night in Minneapolis for Sixers fans as James Harden is set to make his debut on the road against the Timberwolves. Sixers chasing top spot in the East. T-Wolves 1-point favorites as of Thursday afternoon, Larry, but knowing that Harden was coming back, I thought this line is going to move, and it did. Now the Sixers are 2.5-point favorites. So how are you going at this game?
James Harden has not played since February 2nd, and I think there's a lot of questions. Not only how is he going to mesh with Joel Embiid, but what about Tyrese Maxey, who has to move over from the point guard spot, which he's done an amazing job replacing Ben Simmons, now to a shooting guard. He's not a true shooting guard like Seth Curry. Has shot it well this season, 39% from three-point range, but I just wonder how that's going to mesh. And you're taking on a T-Wolves team, and we said it last night on HQ, the number 1 offensive team in the last 15 games heading into the All-Star break. And what did they do in the first game? Well, they took down the Grizzlies. They were underdogs. They won 119-114. They've got a big 3 with Cat and D'Angelo Russell, and of course Anthony Edwards, who shot 1 of 11 but really helped contain Ja Morant. So you're giving me the T-Wolves as a dog. I will ride them again.
Yeah, T-Wolves playing good before and after the All-Star break so far. Getting into it, too. A little grit there in that team. Like to see that. All right, 2 teams headed in different directions, meeting in Charlotte tonight. The Toronto Raptors went into the All-Star break on a 9-2 run in their last 11. Hornets 1-9 in their last 10. Raptors 2.5-point favorites here. What's your play?
This should be a tight game. I'm going to look at a prop and Fred VanVleet over 3.5 rebounds. He's gone over this in 9 of his last 10, including grabbing 5 against the Hornets during this stretch. And the last 4 point guards to face the Hornets have averaged 7 rebounds. This should be a tight game. This is his first game since the break, so I assume he will play huge minutes. And I'm not looking at a blowout. So Fred VanVleet over 3.5.
Toronto looking for that 33rd win of the season as they sit in 7th place over in the East. And a win, give them the season sweep. All right, Phoenix Suns adjusting to life without Chris Paul, seemingly just fine, thank you very much. They hammered Oklahoma in their first game without him, and tonight they'll look for their 9th consecutive win and 20th in 21 games when they host the New Orleans Pelicans. 7-point favorites. Can New Orleans get the cover here, Larry, or are you chasing something else?
Definitely lean towards the favorite, but I'm going to look at another prop because we saw the highlight right there of Devin Booker jamming the ball. But one thing he did last night was he dished the ball. He had 12 assists, and he only took 16 shots. This guy averages 21 shots a game. So now with Chris Paul out, he has become the distributor. I think he goes over 7.5 assists again pretty easily tonight.
And when I looked at the total this morning, I mean, it was 7. Now it's up to 7.5, so the line already moving.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.